Welcome to Arklow Maritime Museum. I'm Jim Rees, Chairman of the museum, and I'd like to show you some of the things we have here. Over the next couple of months we're going to show you a series of short videos looking at some of the quirky items we have, but each item has a story to tell. Take this shoe. What's it doing here in a museum, particularly a maritime museum? And the story behind it is that this shoe was worn by a young woman on the Lusitania when the Lusitania sank. So why is it here in Arklow? Why is it not down in Cove? And that brings us into the whole calendar of the fishermen's year. Every year, the Arklow fishermen in February would start getting their gear ready, their boats ready. And they would aim for St. Patrick's Day, the middle of March, to have everything right to head down to West Cork for the mackerel fishing. So every year they would be down in Kinsale from the middle of March until the end of May. And they were down there in 1915 when the Lusitania was sunk by a German U-boat. This is not the place to go into all the stories and theories about the sinking of the Lusitania. What we're interested in is the shoe and how it came into Arklow ownership. Two of the Arklow fleet that were down there were the Elizabeth, owned by Eddie White, and the Dan O'Connell, owned and skippered by Captain James Hagan. When the Lusitania was sunk, it took several minutes for her to actually go beneath the waves, and there were over 1,000 people lost on her. Many more on board, but over 1,000 lost. So some of the Arklow fleet were the first boats out there to that area to pick up survivors. Both the Elizabeth and the Dan O'Connell picked up quite a few. And the story goes, and this is well founded, this has appeared in so many documents, that while they were bringing the first lot of survivors back into Kinsale, one of the British Navy ships had arrived on the scene, the HMS Stormcock, and Captain O'Shea. Captain O'Shea said, "Give me your survivors off board that you've just picked up. You head back into Kinsale, and I'm going to take these survivors elsewhere." It didn't really make any sense, and there was quite a lot of trouble over it. They were kept in Kinsale for 4 days, and at the end of the 4 days, they were going through the nets again, getting all the gear ready to resume fishing, and they found this shoe in the net on the Dan O'Connell. It raises several questions. We don't know who wore this. We don't know the young woman's name, and it is a young woman by the size of it. We don't know her name. We don't even know, was she first, second class, third class, whatever. I'm sure some people interested in fashion at the time would be able to give some idea on that. What's important here is we had believed that that girl must have survived. Otherwise, why would her shoe be on the Dan O'Connell? But in recent times, we've learned that the Dan O'Connell also picked up some of the bodies. So this shoe could actually could have come off one of the bodies. So we don't know. We can't tell a happy tale because we don't have that tale. Captain Hagan, when the Dan O'Connell brought this shoe back to Arklow when they came home after the fishing, and the Hagan family kept it safe for many, many decades. And it was since the family has donated it to the Maritime Museum. So it's a great story. I wish we had more answers, but we've plenty of questions. But it's very, very poignant, and probably one of the most poignant stories that we have here. One other souvenir we have of that is this life belt, which was on the fishing vessel, the Elizabeth, Eddie White's boat. We have an exhibit here dedicated to the sinking of the Lusitania and Arklow's connection with it.